Hello, it's Kilo. Welcome back to another video where today I'm going to cover the new Pokemon TCG Pocket Set, Wisdom of Sea and Sky. I believe that's what it's called. But first, we're going to look at this interesting turn of events that happened over the past 24 hours. So, Pokemon TCG Pocket put out on their socials important new illustration notice, and they're basically saying that it has come to our attention that there was a production issue regarding the illustration of Ho-Oh featured in the immersive card artwork for Ho-Oh EX and Lugia EX. After internal review, we discovered that the card production team provided incorrect reference materials as official documents to the illustrator commission to create these cards. As a result, both cards have been replaced with a temporary placeholder that the team is actively working to replace with new artwork as soon as it's ready. And they posted this right before the set was released, because of the controversy that was happening, where an artist who drew fan art of Ho-Oh, called Lon Juju, I believe, made this post saying, "What is happening? That's my art." So let's take a look here. Here we have the data mined Ho-Oh EX immersive card, which looks like this. And then here's the artist's fan art. And it's a little crunchy, but if you overlay them, which is their last photo, it kind of lines up perfectly. So it's pretty much ripped straight from their fan art, which was posted in December 3rd of 2021. And here's the full picture that they drew. And there was a lot of stuff that happened. People were saying there was also a commission involved where this person drew this art as a commission, but then it got used as a figure, that unofficial figure for I guess production of selling, like blind boxes and whatever. You can scroll through the Twitter thread yourselves, but it's a little ugly, as Twitter can be, right? But that's the gist. Which is, I think it's very interesting that this is all happening based on data mined content, because the set hasn't even released when all of this was going down, and it hasn't even been 24 hours. But luckily, Pokemon Company seems to have appreciate the artists and fans who make stuff about their games and Pokemon franchise overall. So they did replace, or at least with a temporary placeholder, they replaced the artwork due to the revelation of what happened. And as you can see here, the artist actually replied. They used a translator, so it might not be the perfect representation of what they're saying, but we can get the overall gist. So they said their original post stemmed solely from confusion about the images of if these are actually put in the game, and then discussions escalated, and then they refrained from social media engagement yesterday, which the set didn't even come out yet until today. And they did, reiterate that they only did the artwork as a commission with no, involvement in the figurine. So they didn't even, make any money off of that. They thought they were just, commissioned to do a fan art, is what they're claiming to say. So, but luckily they are relieved that, Pokemon Company realized that they made a mistake of, just directly copying someone else's work, even though it's fan art. And people have been throwing out there that legally, they're allowed to do that, but that doesn't mean they should, right? Because it's kind of a bad look for a company that big. So that's the overall gist. If you haven't seen, I will show you the immersive art rares that were now replaced. So here we have the Lugia. Very good. At the end of the video, it was Ho-Oh appearing. So we'll jump right into Ho-Oh's immersive art. And this one has like the 4 features. It's kind of the opposite, where instead of rising up, it's falling down, I guess, from the heavens. be like this, right? How do I stop the audio? There we go. Thank you to Chico Eevee for doing a great work of data mining all the assets from the game. That's always very nice to see in high quality like that. But yeah, it's very unfortunate because this artist has drawn many Pokemon cards in the real TCG as well. If we search the artists, I should have pulled it up earlier, but we'll see. So, oh, it did not autofill. C.A. Nanahara has drawn many beautiful cards, such as the Greninja EX, very iconic, Kingdra EX, the Landorus from the new set Black Bolt. They have drawn a lot of nice cards. Oh, and especially the Hisuian Zoroark V-Star. And it's unfortunate that Pokemon Company, I mean, it makes sense that they took out both Lugia and Ho-Oh because Ho-Oh is featured in both cards. So it's unfortunate, but I hope that the artist isn't blamed too much because it does seem like Pokemon Company was trying to make it sound like, you know, they gave the artist a bunch of stuff and they're like, here, use these assets to make an immersive card or something like that. So hopefully that's what happened, because, you know, as an artist, I think you wouldn't want your career to be stained as someone who just steals art, right, or traces art. So that's the news on Pokemon TCG Pocket. Very, very interesting turn of events, but it seems like we got some good things out of it. And for the time being, we have this placeholder art that's now become a meme. New art coming soon, plastered over any official art of Ho-Oh and Lugia. So that's pretty fun, actually. You can see a lot of people are posting the funny placeholder art and just kind of using it and going wild. We see Heart Gold, Soul Silver, new art coming soon. So yeah, I'm glad that we had a kind of a happy ending to this. And hopefully Pokemon Company will take better care to not make this mistake again. So, it turns out that I recorded a bunch of pack openings without actually recording it. So, I'm just gonna quickly redo everything I showed off. Hopefully I can remember what I showed off. Looks like a massive skill issue on my part for forgetting to check if it's actually recording. But let me claim my dailies real quick. Oh, one thing I noticed different immediately is that Wisdom of Sea and Sky is up here on top if you look at all your cards. And it does seem like they're in reverse chronological order now. And I guess promos are still at the all the way at the bottom. Yep, there they are. Promo A. I don't know if we'll ever get to Promo B, but that's the way it is. So that's one difference. The next thing is now wish list cards will show up in your trade menu. So if you go to trade, and you may see that some people may have already added cards they want to trade to their wish list. And I guess if you have it, it's, you know, filled in. And if you don't have it, it'll be grayed out like you saw in mine. So that's cool. Very exciting. This means that no more guessing of what people might want and just making random trades. You can actually get exactly what you want this time. So that's cool. And let me show you, if I remember where to find it, the new stuff I got. So here we go. So one of the new things I purchased was the Umbreon and Espeon cover / playmat / deck sleeve. Very nice. And then there was also the related coin, I guess. Yeah. Which I guess I have to make a deck to show you that. So that would have been better. That would have been smarter. So let's go into the deck menu, make a new deck, and we will be able to see the new coin, Umbreon and Espeon. Very nice. So I actually didn't realize that we've been very Eevee focused still. So maybe we'll have Glaceon and Leafeon coins, and well, actually we do have Glaceon and Leafeon right there actually. So I guess we're only missing the original 3. Vaporeon, Flareon, and Jolteon. So that's what I purchased from the store, and unfortunately, since I was unable to show you what I pulled, I'll just show you from my binder. So obviously we got a nice assortment of cards from 20 packs. Got a Lantern EX, very nice. We got a silly Togepi sitting in a bag, Ash's bag or Misty's bag. I don't know whose bag that is, but Togepi's just chilling. Oh, to be a Togepi would be very nice. And we got a little Phanpy action here, very cute. I was surprised that there were other Pokemon in this set that were not from Johto, such as Barbacle. I don't know who was asking for Barbacle, but here it is. Also got some other Pokemon from different regions. And this is a funny card. Squirt Bottle as your watering can. It's kind of funny. And we did pull some very nice full arts. So let's take a look. We got Blossom, very nice, by Yuka Tanaka. Haven't seen this artist before. We got Magby sleeping on Magma, very nice. We got two Octilleries using the Octazooka attack, and then we got a little Mantine here making a Pikachu face, which I think is hilarious. And we got this very cute Pichu card. We also got two of them for Ducklet, featuring Ducklet, Tandemaus, Lunatone, and Arboliva, as I guess they're plushies, including the Ducklet. Yeah, very cute card. It's very reminiscent of the Pikachu card with Akari from, I think it was Silver Tempest? I don't remember. And then we got Scizor, very cool card. And lastly, a Senku. Very nice. We did get one 2-star, which was the Shekel EX. Not my go-to EX, but better than no 2 stars, I guess. And then we got a 1 shiny Mischievous in the Puke Green variant. So that's what I pulled in my 24 packs. Would have been more exciting if I actually recorded it properly, but oh well. That's actually, what if we just open a few more packs, right? Yeah, we could go for one more pack. One pack magic, just for the video. We'll do one Ho-Oh, one Lugia, and see what we get. So, can we get something good? I sure hope so, because I'm losing Pokeballs. But unfortunately, this game is not pay to win. But fortunately, the packs in this game are not scalpable, so we don't have to worry about it. Unlike Black Bolt and White Flare, those have been a nightmare to get. Actually, any new packs from the recent sets have been a nightmare to get, so I definitely appreciate the digital version. It just lacks a little bit of the in real life trading capabilities. So we got a new card, Yanma Scyther, and it looks like we got something in the back. Cherubi, Goldfish, very puffy and angry. Ooh, we got a 2-star Will for the video. Very nice. Thank you, Will. For my last trick, I show you a working recording of pulling cards. So that's a little preview of Wisdom of Sea and Sky. Leave a like and comment. Let me know what you're chasing this set. And until next time, take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.